CandyPower here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Northwind update. It happened like a really long time ago, but school and all that thing happened, so here's the video now, finally, like 8 million days later. First thing about this main update is that Buvial combat just kind of got buffooned on. Now it's basically gone because there's no like common area that people are going to go to fight, so now your only choices are going to be to go on to Rupert and do battles there, or other places that also have looting enabled, which that causes problems for a lot of the videos that I make, where it's just one person versus a lot more than one person, because the numbers just aren't in your favor. So even if you get like 99% of their group, the last guy is still going to come in and get all the loot anyways. So it causes some problems there. The main reason this really happened wasn't because the update changed like Buvial's geography to be completely unusable or something. What ended up happening is it actually has to do with like housing changes, with a bunch of housing rules now, that there's like combat zone houses, which is like some really far out area that no one ever goes to. And then there's also a bunch of new rules for all sorts of houses that really aren't enforceable and will continue to be broken as long as there are people playing Northwind. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with the whole death of Buvial combat. But anyways, the weapons, there's some pretty big developments on weapons, mainly because the Dopplet no longer one-taps unless you hit him in the head. So now it just does like 96 damage, which is still a ton of damage, but it's nowhere near as much as it was previously. It can still one-tap you in the head, but now they finally realized that people are just going to dupe Dopplets and make them extremely common anyways, so that they have to do some sort of balancing. Then the other thing that happened is broad axes. Those are now better than boarding axes, slightly, because they're faster now, and boarding axes just got so slow to the point where it's just not super worth using them. Broad axes also are a lot more expensive, so of course the boarding axe is still pretty close. They're pretty similar, just a little less stamina for the broad axe, which means you get 2-tap kills with less stamina, so that's what makes it so much better. The reason it's such a big thing now is because all the little minute details have changed a little bit about the stats, so that's why that's a change thing. Another problem is now that when you duel, they added quests to Northwind. Now, guess what button you hit to start a duel? You hold Y. Guess what button opens the quests menu? Y. Guess what happens every time you start a duel? You open the quest menu. Whichever buffoon at Northwind did this, please fix it. Why? You're killing duels. And the other thing, I didn't really know where to fit this in, but there's now a French faction that's existed for a while. But effectively what the French faction is that, now there's like a competitor to SLC, so it's no longer just like one solo admin faction that gets free stuff. Now there's actually a different admin faction that raids it, which actually makes SLC kind of like a acceptable thing now. The French faction, which is also an acceptable thing now. There's SLC and now there's NFC too. So those are the official factions, which of course this is going to have the effect of like, now colonist factions are going to get a lot more rare, because why would someone need a colonist faction if there's already like 20 other factions? Will we still be attacking SLC? Yes, because there's no such thing as NFC badge collection yet, and even if there was, I'd still probably do SLC badge collection anyways. So that's the thing. And then finally, if you made it through this video and you like the content in the background, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also check out my other videos that are more focused on the actual battles and less focused on the minute details of the broad axe versus the boarding axe. And you can enjoy the rest of the content now, just without me talking. Have music. Alright, goodbye.